to Marc Casado's performance, the first thing that I do want to do right now is just clap it up. I told you guys it wasn't something else. It was my hands, right? Every time I was clapping, you guys were like, is that something else? Could it be just some other stuff? No, it's my hands. So that's the first thing that I want to say is just want to clap it up for Casado, because Casado just keeps on going. He continues to show to the world why he is one of the best CDMs in the world. Now, remember, I'm not saying that Casado is the best CDM in the world, because there's still players like Rodri that exist, and he just won the Ballon d'Oro. But Casado is one of those best CDMs in the world. He is intense. He is aggressive. He likes to rotate the ball. He's very good on the ball. He provides a lot of key passes, opportunities. He gives other players some space. He likes to intercept. He likes to anticipate. He has it all. And I believe that it is official. Barcelona now have solved their problem to not look for a CDM anymore in the marketplace. Goodbye, Mikel Merino, Rodri, with all due respect. I know you won the Ballon d'Oro, but goodbye, whoever it was that we were talking about in the past 7 to 8 months. Bye, bro. We're done. That's it. That is it. Marc Casado is going to be our player, and that is going to be our central defensive midfielder. And of course, we still have Gavi as an option. We still have Pedri, but in terms of the aggressive one, the tank, the Macherano, it is Marc Casado. And Marc Casado against Switzerland provided these results here. 65 passes were made. 91% of those passes were accurate. 3 out of 6 accurate long balls. 1 key pass. 2 shots were taken. 2 out of 2 successful dribbles. 3 tackles, and 11 out of 13 duels won. Let me repeat that again. It is 11 out of 13 duels won as a central defensive midfielder. What do these numbers mean? That means he completed the most dribbles, had the most tackles, was the most fouled player, won the most duels, which is why 11 out of 13 duels is very, very impressive. And this was his first start. Like, this was not Casado having his 19th start with the Spanish national team. This is his first one. And he recently just made his debut with the Spanish national team a couple of days ago. And it seems like Marc Casado has been playing with the Spanish national team for the past 4 to 5 years. So, like, he's physical, he's energetic, he is aggressive, he provides the key passes, he has the through balls, right? Like, for example, he has the capacity to make those passes like he did to Lewandowski against Real Madrid. He has that. You would assume that, oh yeah, because he's aggressive and physical, maybe he's not that good on the ball like those regular La Masia players. But no. Casado has it. He has it. And I am in shock because, to be honest, I never seen La Masia go through something like this where they produce something brand new every season. Like, this whole thing about La Masia generating kids and babies, it hasn't stopped since 2019, and it's just only going to get more and more beneficial for us, right? It's insane. And Marc Bernal, like, the fact that, bro, how the hell did 4 months ago were we like seeing Marc Bernal start over Marc Casado? Like, if Casado's this good, can you imagine how Marc Bernal was like supposed to be performing by today? Like, how good he actually is and what his limit is, like what is his actual like real talent? Who knows? Like, what if Marc Bernal can come into the next season and just outclass Marc Casado, and then the whole hype about Marc Casado might be over? But I don't think that's going to happen. I think that Casado is a fighter. He's somebody that does not want to give up, and for sure I do think that there's a way and there's a future where we could see a double pivot under Hansi where Marc Bernal and Casado can play together. That wasn't the case 4 months ago. It was either Marc Bernal or Casado, and then you had either Eric Garcia or somebody else next to them. Now it's starting to seem like Casado's so good and Bernal is projected to be also very good that you have to start both of them. You must. So I did write this down on my notes as I was looking at the game. This player does remarkable when it comes to adaptability and growth on the field. He has only been improving in the past 4 to 5 months. And even though in the very beginning, when everybody was saying that he might struggle with the most technical teammates like Pedri, like Frankie de Jong, Casado has no problem doing that. And here's the most beautiful thing about this whole thing, right? Whether Casado was at Spain or at FC Barcelona, the fact that Casado has, those abilities, right? Let me put it out this way. The fact that Casado is now with premium players now, like with Pedri, with Dani Olmo, with Fermin Lopez, and then also with the Spanish national team, he has the exact same luxury. The fact that these players can go on with the ball, provide their technical excellence, Casado is allowed to only focus on the things that he is good at, which is to steal the ball away from the opposition, right? 99% of the time. Even though, yes, he can still pass the ball very well, he is still now, more focused on what he does best. And that is why I think that Casado is just so perfect for both the Spanish national team and Barcelona's, because they were missing a player like that. And so this whole thing about sharp touches and 1-2s and key passes, through passes, is just the cherry on top. That is just the first layer, and there's like a lot of things under that layer that makes him so essential for both teams, the Spanish national team and FC Barcelona. Luis de la Fuente also wanted to provide Marc Casado some good words, and this is what he stated. Marc Casado has been with us for a game and a half and plays like a veteran. I never cease to be amazed at his maturity when I see him play with that confidence, that security, and that control of this situation. And let me paint you guys this picture on just what Marc Bernal, for those of you guys who have not been following Barcelona nor Casado, or if you guys are new to this sport, right? Let me give you guys a better understanding on how good Casado has been through the whole course of this season so far. These are going to be stats of Marc Casado versus all La Liga midfielders per 90 minutes according to Data MB. He is ranked in number 1 when it comes to assist, ranked in number 1 when it comes to dribble success rate, ranked in number 1 when it comes to possession adjusted tackles, second place when it comes to accurate progressive passes percentage, third place when it comes to passes to the final third, and also in third place yet again when it comes to tackles. Keep in mind that he's in first and second and third, and many of these things within a league that has Modric, Tchouaméni, Valverde, Bellingham. You have Pedri, you have Gavi, you have Frankie, and then at Atletico Madrid you have De Paul and all of these other aggressive players. Like, this league, La Liga, is no joke. Like, this league contains the best midfielders in the world, and Casado is ranked in first, second, and third, and many of these stats. It's insanity, right? It's crazy. And I do think that the best thing from all of this is not us just like seeing Casado play on TV. I think that the people who are going to benefit from this the most are going to be those kids at La Masia, the academy players. Because if you really think about it, right, Casado was not even supposed to be here in the first place. He was not ever supposed to get these type of opportunities. Like, yes, there were like these talks about Casado going into the first team, being the backup to the backup to the backup to the backup, right? But never ever being seen as like the first choice to start in the double pivot position. And it did seem like Casado was not even going to make it at Barcelona because he was already like 21, 22 years old. It's pretty late compared to like all the other players that were getting chances, like Gavi and Pedri, starting at the age of 17, 18, 19 years old, right? And so Marc Casado did not give up. He tried to persevere. He tried to say, you know what, I'm going to be hard. I'm going to be not mentally challenged like this and go down on myself and just forget about it and forget about this dream. And maybe I can just go to a team like Liverpool or Everton or go to the Premier League. Casado never said that to himself. He just said, I'm going to be taking the time to accept this and I'll fight my way through this, right? He was not so eager to start immediately, right? He was patient, like every youngster should in La Masia, right? Because we have seen over the past few years, many La Masia players, midfielders, strikers, defenders, aka Margui, go into Barca Athletic, and just because they got no supposedly opportunity to go into the first team, they're like, okay, after 9 months to a year, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go somewhere else because it just doesn't seem like the first team want to bring me in. I want to go to Chelsea. I want to go to Arsenal. I want to go to Bayer Leverkusen. I want to go somewhere else, right? Marc Casado is not like that. He was 21, 22 years old, and he said, I'm gonna wait for my chance because I know it will happen, and it did. And I hope that many La Masia players get inspired by this to never give up, because you just never know when the opportunity might arise. And here's going to be the last thing, right? Bro, I am dying to see a double pivot of Gavi and Marc Casado this season. I really want to see that. Like, I want Hansi to just say, you know what? I want to see the stadium explode. I just want to create, like in chemistry class when you combine two elements or two different liquids and it just explodes. That's how I feel like what would happen between Gavi and Casado if they start together 110% healthy. Like, if you put those two players in the midfield, it's just chaos. It's chaos. It's damage. It's like Oppenheimer times 3. It's chaos, bro. Like, it's done. And we haven't seen that yet. And I think that this could be a double pivot that can really work. I already talked about in the beginning of the video that Marc Bernal and Casado would provide the perfect balance. But I do think that having a double pivot of Gavi and Casado is not balanced, it's just chaos. right? Like if you just want to go fight and defend your 6-0 lead or 7-0 lead and just provide entertainment, or maybe if we have to face against a team like Liverpool where they're very aggressive and one of the best teams right now in Europe, Gavi and Casado is the pair that you want to go with. And I just find it hella funny because I know that there's going to be so many tackles, fouls, and just aggressive calls going on all around the pitch, and the refs gonna be like, bro, come on, bro, like damn, second yellow, third yellow, fourth yellow to Gavi, Casado, sixth yellow. Like it's just gonna be annoying, but not for us. And so here's going to be a couple of stats that showcases, if you guys were wondering, like who's more aggressive, who's better at what between Gavi and Casado, since right now it does seem like they're very similar players. But if you look at Gavi's 2023-2024 season and you look at his data that he accumulated between September all the way until November 2024 before he got his injury, actually never mind, I did not mean to say 2024, I meant to say 2023, before he got his injury, you can see that Gavi was working very well on the left side of the pitch, sometimes seeing the ball in central zones, but mostly on the left channel on the field. Because around that time, between September and November 2023, Xavi Hernandez was experimenting with Gavi playing as a CDM and next to Frank de Jong and Cancelo. I don't know if you guys remember that. But yeah, Gavi was there and he was working amazing. He was intercepting, he was aggressive, just like we see Casado today, but with more of that punching power. You know what I mean? And so you look at Marc Casado on the right side, Marc Casado is much more central. And I believe it's like that for a reason, because he plays on the right side within the double pivot position. But you can see that when you combine these two heat maps between the two players, they slot in perfectly. And then if you look at the right side on the top right, when it comes to the stats, you can just see that Gavi, once again, these are going to be the 2023-2024 season stats for Gavi and the 2024-2025 season stats for Casado, just like what we did on the heat map on the left side. You can see that Gavi obviously is still slightly better than Casado when it comes to the defense. That is just the monster that Gavi was. I think that people just forgot about what Gavi could do and what he could be. It doesn't mean that Casado's bad, right? It does not mean that at all. It's just trying to tell us that Gavi was just a whole other different monster. Right now, when it comes to successful tackles per 90, Gavi has the upper hand. The only thing that Casado has the upper hand on, it is the blocks per 90, and that is by 0.58, while Gavi has 0.10. But everything else, clearances per 90, headed clearances per 90, interceptions per 90, Gavi is the superior one. Once again, does this make Casado a bad player? No, it just seems like it could be chaotic when you put these two players in, because when you compare Marc Casado's numbers with let's just say a Pedri, Casado wins in everything when it comes to the defense. And once again, I think that, you know, like if you were to ask me who would you want right to go into the final third between Gavi and Marc Casado when they have to go up top to the final third and maybe shoot the ball, I would say Gavi, because I think Gavi has more punching power in the inside and outside the box, because he has more shooting power, more accuracy. And, you know, if you were to ask me who do you think should be relied on when it comes to rotating the ball, making through passes from the middle of the pitch, I would tell you Casado. That is where Casado has the upper hand. So Gavi is the one that is more aggressive and I would say more defensively aware, and I would say has more punching power inside the box of the opposition. But Casado has, I would say, just slightly lower defensive qualities than Gavi, but has a lot more, I would say, reliability on the ball. So it's exciting. It's a good problem to have, because I just can't wait to see what Hansi Flick has in mind. I know that you guys are wondering, what the hell are you even talking about, Kevin? Freaking, what happened to Pedri and what happened to, you know, this and that? I mean, it's always good to rotate. It's always good to experiment with other different pairs. And it's just a lot more fun for the fans, right? It's a lot more fun. And, you know, we're obviously one day going to see Pedri and Gavi form a double pivot. Pedri and Casado form a double pivot. Casado, Gavi, Gavi, Frankie, Casado. The options are unlimited, and it's going to be, once again, just a lot of fun. And so I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I hope you guys also saw Marc Casado's performance. If you guys have not, go watch it. I think you guys will really enjoy it. I don't know if you guys have also seen Nico Williams' performance. It sucks, right? It's just unfortunate that Nico Williams is not at the level that he used to be. He lost the most duels in this game, did not do anything in the final third. If anything, Marc Casado had more freaking efficiency in the final third. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, that's going to be for a whole other different video. I want to thank everybody here for watching. Once again, thank you guys for supporting this YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.